Good day, everyone. My name is Maria Kądzielska, and you are watching Poland Daily Culture in the Times of Plague. Piotr Jaszczuk is a young musician, the graduate of Goldsmith University in London, and right now an author of his first CD. Piotr, it's a pleasure to talk with you, even through video call. Do you hear me?
Yes, Marisha, thank you. I can hear you well, and thank you so much for inviting me to, well, this form of studio in the Times of Plague, but it's nice. Thank you.
How do you feel? I mean, physically right now?
Really good, actually, really good, and that's really important in these times. I feel good. I feel very well, and ready to go, ready to work.
We don't want to lose our best musicians, especially right now, so I hope you stay well. But before we learn more about Piotr's story, let's hear him play.
Chciałem złapać stopa za polanką. Jane, przecież chciał cię tylko złapać za kolanką. Jane, przecież po to nosisz mi z barbanką. Jane, bo Esmeralda płacze i mówi bić mam bić, dzięki Jane, teraz daj mi te kajdanki, kup mi te kajdanki, proszę cię Jane.
Any your personal stories hidden behind those songs? Broken hearts, murders, love affairs? Well, I know artists, so that's usually a huge trigger to do something and to create.
Well, even if it was murders, I probably shouldn't be saying that on live TV. But no, they're not murders. But I would say, I think so. But yes and no. Like you're very right saying that very often, like the life experience that we have triggers some songwriting, and very often it's actually the song that turns out to be. But in case of this recording, I would say rather fantastical stories, but in a way, all of these characters in those stories and all of these worlds I was trying to build, there are weird versions of my mind and like some crooked versions of myself, and that's the way I like to write, to have people, to have some characters that embody my emotions or my feelings or thoughts. Yeah, I would say definitely not like one-to-one. There's not like, none of these songs would be like the description of actually a story that happened to me, but some different images of these songs or different moments of these songs, emotions of these songs, I think that can be said as very real, yeah.
And in the process of creation, you do in the first place lyrics and then music, or in an opposite, or there is no rule?
There is no rule. Although if I were to pick one, for the most part, I think the music came first and the lyrics came after. But it's usually a simultaneous process. So for me, lyrics are really important. Like I like to listen to music, very lyrical music, and I like to hear the stories in music. So the way I write usually is when I leave something, when there's some experience I'm struggling with or I'm really excited about, I'm writing down the emotions like in some stream of consciousness kind of way. And then, I have it written down. I can later on take it and kind of shape it. It's like shaping from some very inconcrete mass into something that's supposed to be nice. So I'm shaping it by creating some place or world, some characters in the stories. For example, in Fear, there is a relationship between some sort of father and a son, or some sort of mentor and an apprentice. I did this to kind of show the difference between decadence of people who are kind of giving up on the world as it is and people who still want to fight for it but still need to listen to their mentors. And it's my, it's my kind of imagination on how it looks or how I view the world. But it's nicer for me, it's more fun for me to just write it in the form of a dialogue, in the form of a, one person, second person, third person, and they all kind of interact with each other. This is just fun. And then the musical side kind of dictates the emotions. So I very often have some ideas for songs written down as a lyrically, and then I come up with some music parts and I say, okay, that works with this lyrics. And immediately that's when the process of, getting it together starts.
And just to wrap up, what the words of encouragement would you say to our viewers to actually take your CD and listen to it?
I strongly believe that it will be an experience for everyone, an emotional experience for everyone. That was my aim. But I think it's going to be especially interesting for people who like stories and who like interesting stories with characters and who like the world building idea. I think these people are going to really find it very, very interesting. But I think, I think everyone will find something for themselves there.
And those were words of Piotr Jaszczuk, young Polish musicians who we hope in 20 years will be a world star. And this interview will be a testimony how he started to grow. And thank you so much for watching Poland Daily Culture.